Hey, I'm Mark Allen, a director with Gaper.io, and I'm here today with David Paluy, the CTO of Stride Travel. Good afternoon, David.
Hi, Hal. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. Crazy times, but I hope we can all make it soon and make our work more efficient.
Yes, I agree. So why don't we start with, can you share a brief background of yourself and your work experience?
I actually started my engineering career more than 70 years ago. I started my work at a company called NDS. We did a lot of stuff for digital television. Probably one of the biggest projects that I was part of is DirecTV. I was a part of the team that did all encryption stuff for DirecTV. I did some real-time embedded development, and then after like 5 years, I moved to more server-side development. I probably was one of the first developers in Israel doing Ruby on Rails. I think it was 2007 that time. And during the past 10 years, I'm helping different companies building teams remotely as well as on site. I was co-founder of several startups. I actually built 6 marketplaces. 4 of those were acquired. And right now I'm in Austin and I'm CTO at Stride Travel.
Well, that's very impressive. So just out of curiosity, when you worked with DirecTV, were you working with them in Denver?
The company we provided, my company had a headquarters in UK, in London. The team was in Israel, in Jerusalem, and we have actually people all over the world, in France, in India, as well as in the United States.
Okay. So
it's a different experience than just working with startup. It's a corporate structure with all the stuff.
Yes. So what has been your experience with remote employment, both as a remote worker and as someone who hires remote workers?
So since 2010, I became an entrepreneur. I founded several startups and I helped several other. I had an experience building team in United States and in Eastern Europe as well as in India. Working with different companies. Some of them were just small startups with people that had just an idea and wanted to make it happen. And I also had an experience working with 2 big corporate companies. One is Gartner in New York, and the other one is PricewaterhouseCoopers in San Francisco. And we also did this work remotely. We met periodically, but most of the work was done remotely.
Okay.
And I also hired people for my own projects, mostly in Eastern Europe. So I have, I think, around like 10 years of experience working remotely.
Wow. And what has been your takeaway from such experiences?
It's all about communication, first of all. When you find the right way how to communicate, it's way easier to develop and make it efficient. And sometimes you can reduce your costs, and also finding great talent is way easier than just looking in your neighborhood. If you don't think global and you don't have this global mindset, it's really hard. And sometimes it just takes too much time to find the right match between those remote workers. But if you have this open mindset and you are ready to learn and understand other cultures, you can just build a great team.
Very nice. And then what do you think is the future of remote employment, and what do you think needs to be done differently to make it better and more effective?
I think right now in those crazy times, it's not about the question of do we need to be remote. It's a necessity. It's a question of how we can make it more efficient those days. highly recommend making it more transparent inside the company. Have clear communication strategy inside the company. It should be defined from the founders, from the CEO, and until the last employee. I highly recommend defining meetings. When I'm talking about meetings, it's more, it can be video conference meetings, it can be like one-on-one session and so on. When everyone is synchronized and we can sit in different places all around the world, we can do great products together. And with all the technologies that we have right now, it's definitely doable. I highly recommend for all people that work remotely, create their own boundaries. So if I work from home right now, or I'm sitting like some other place, I have to define what are my work hours and what are my family time. Dress appropriately, just prepare yourself, and know that when you talk to your clients or when you discuss different topics, you are in work mode, and it definitely will help all of us. I can give an example from my personal experience. When I did work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, I explicitly said that I won't be available from 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. It's my family time. And everybody knew that, and it actually helped me a lot. Just move forward and make it more efficient. And everyone knows how can he connect to me, how they can actually contact me and just get whatever I need. And it really helps. One other tip that I highly recommend is having a tech person that is on your time zone. Let's say I had many times different entrepreneurs approached me and asking what are the best ways, how to build a team remotely and so on. I always recommend them find a trustable person that they can work with and set all expectations and define the product needs that is located in their time zone, because it's crucial. There is a huge gap. Let's say if we are sitting, for example, in New York and San Francisco, we still have like 3 hours difference, and sometimes it works fine, but sometimes to make a decision, it should go like an extra day. We have to avoid this. So it's really helpful when we have those same time zone policies that for trustable, for people who make the decision, because the decision must be done immediately. It's critical.
Yeah, especially when you're dealing with teams in Europe or in Asia. You'd literally lose a whole day sometimes.
For example, difference in time zone with India, it's like 12 and a half hours approximately. It depends on winter or summer time zone. And sometimes you can't really wait like extra day just to make a decision and get a feedback and so on. It's you have to make this immediately.
Yeah, I understand. So what's the story behind your startup, Stride Travel, and what's the journey been like?
Stride Travel is #1 US marketplace, helping travelers to find and compare tours and adventure packages. Just imagine like 10 days safari trip in Tanzania or Everest camp, or just a classical tour in Croatia and Slovenia. And we are creating a hub for extraordinary world travel. However, in this crazy time, it sounds like nobody will go anywhere, but I hope that this madness will pass soon and we all can continue travel. I joined this startup after being at NFX Accelerator 2 years ago. I was with a different startup, and NFX and Stride was another startup in the same batch. We were in Palo Alto, and we closed our previous startup, and I started helping Stride. and we started working together probably a year and a half ago. Originally, Stride started their development team in India, and the founders were in San Francisco. And when I joined, I started building more international team. So we have one person in Israel, team in Austin, and also team in India right now.
So you are multi-continent.
And also we have San Francisco as well. So San Francisco is a business team right now, and the developers are spread in different time zones.
Yeah, and how long Stride been in business?
Over 4 years already.
So it's a fairly settled company. Fairly.
We are stable. We have good track record, and we have plenty of suppliers that are our partners, and I hope we will grow for other businesses in the travel industry.
Yeah, and it sounds like you are the person that incorporated the idea of remote at Stride. Is that true?
I didn't incorporate this idea, but I joined and I started organizing all the stuff and all the engineering team. Because originally the engineering team was sitting in India in one office space, and we set different tools and we set different ways how we can work efficiently, especially with different time zones. For example, one of the challenges is how we connect to each other, how we can actually talk to each other in different time zones, because let's say we have San Francisco on one side and India on the other side and all other in between. And it's really hard to find exact times when we can talk to each other and how we can do this efficiently, how we can make decisions immediately without getting feedback on the next day and so on. So we have a lot of challenges. I hope we are doing well on that, but we definitely have more things to improve on our end.
Well, I know San Francisco to India is 12 and a half or 13 and a half hours, depending upon the time of year. So someone's either getting up early or staying up late for team conference calls, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So some people prefer being early morning persons. Someone else just fine even have a call at 11 p.m. So it depends also on the team culture as well. But it's achievable, it's doable. And as I previously mentioned, it's all about communication. When you have a clear way to communicate, you can do things very efficiently.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's funny because and developers either like to get up really early or work really late. It seems like they don't seem to like that, 9 to 5 type.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there are companies like Gaper that help develop, build, and scale products, especially for startups. How important do you think such setups are in the startup world for founders like yourself that are looking to hire quality people quickly?
I think it's pretty important. First of all, you need some partner to trust on your side. It's critical. The second thing that I recommend is if you have an idea and you want to build a team, you need someone experienced to trust. And during the current market situation, it's really hard to find those people because all big companies just hunting all great talent and provide extremely high pay slips, and it's really challenging, especially in San Francisco, as I know. And finding a right partner on your side is crucial for your business. And from my experience, I saw many people that just wasted a lot of their funds on building MVP without getting any results for a long period of time, just because they didn't have a good partner on their side. So I highly recommend this partner.
Yeah, I mean, being in San Francisco myself, it is hard to hire people here. I mean, you know, the Stanford grads come out and they get, in Berkeley, they get hired pretty quickly. Now you're in Austin, so it's UT, University of Texas, right?
Correct. Yes,
And I'm
but it's
assuming,
also hard. It's also challenging.
yeah, it's probably pretty competitive for them too, right?
Especially right now. I don't know if I don't know what's the current situation with all this madness, but before the coronavirus, we had like 150 people coming daily to Austin, and many companies are moving here,
Mm-hmm.
and the city is going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that hiring people was pretty challenging for us as well. Also, we
Yeah.
use a lot of our internal contacts and just try to find good people all around.
Yes. True. So, well, thank you for taking this time to talk to me today. This has been great. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And good luck in your move. Wow, that's a big thing. I mean, you've been here, what you
Yeah.
said, 5 days now?
I'm right now 5 days with my family in Austin. I moved from Israel uh, during those crazy times, but I hope it will be an interesting journey, and I'm ready for this.
Yeah. Well, good luck and hook 'em horns. All
Thank you, Mark. Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye bye.